We've been here for almost 4 decades here in the Rio Grande Valley, and there's no doubt that significant changes have not only taken place here in the valley, but throughout the state of Texas as the result of people just coming together, poor people, people that at one time didn't have the hope or the faith that they could really bring about change, and yet have been empowered to really take on that fight and to do whatever is necessary.
There was a lot of back and forth among workers, and the more experienced people out in California with the successes, they would bring that energy back into the Rio Grande Valley. And the more workers went from Texas up to California, the more education they would have in terms of the struggle. They would hear about it or participate in it. So to me, it was never disconnected.
One thing that was so apparent is the massive number of farm workers who were involved in the movement at that time. There was a lot of good organizing that had gone on for a long time.
It was an educational process, I think, for my father and for my family. I think they still don't understand what I did, but nevertheless, we always maintained a high level of honor and dignity in the work that we did. And because farm workers are in fact so dignified, for goodness sakes. I mean, how could you not think that the work we were doing wasn't anything but for the dignity of those folks?
I think that UFW was able to increase the understanding of people about a union, what it means, increase the idea of the importance of working together, teach organizing skills. I think that was very clear. And also to produce results so people could see the results of their own work.
I think the farm worker movement was a little ahead of the Chicano movement. And it was a movement for human rights, and the Chicano movement was too. I think, one flowered after the other. I think the farm worker movement, showed a lot of people how those kind of movements were done.
What happened in Texas here had a much more big impact in the Hispanic community, or what we call it, Chicano community or Hispanic community, than they did in California. In California, we marched, and we had 10 people up there in Sacramento. And the leaders of all the organizations came, like from the Council of La Raza and the MAPA people and the Unity people came. But that was it. It just became supporters, sent money, but it wasn't like this. This ones here took it at heart, took it personal. They took this struggle as their own.